So how have you seen the reaction to the result, to the Bairstow stumping, to the supposed hypocrisy out there? How have you read it?
I expected from them, to be honest. It's funny, cricket, and I've heard a few people talk about it the last few weeks. We like to use, and everyone's guilty of it in cricket, everyone likes to use the spirit of the cricket as a defence thing when something doesn't go your way. The simple answer is just to play within the laws of the game, isn't it? And let the umpires do their job. So, yeah, pretty predictable. A lot of hypocrisy, that's for sure, coming out of the English. But, yeah, it's added to the theatre and the drama, as you said, and now can't wait for Thursday to get going again. I think it's going to add a little bit of niggle to the test. I think it has been a little bit nice up until this point, if we're totally honest. I mean, the cricket itself's been outstanding and it's been awesome to watch, but the two teams have been, very friendly. So hopefully that ends on Thursday. But, certainly sitting here the other night and I thought, geez, that's the sort of test match you want to be involved in as a player.
Would you have given Bairstow a warning?
Probably not. It's not something I would normally do, give a warning for something like that, unless I probably knew the player. And normally the warning is kind of like when he threw at Marnus in the first innings. You don't normally hit the stumps very first go. As a wicketkeeper, we're not very good at it. It's not something we practice. So normally you sort of look at... You'd make a bit of eye contact. You might not verbally give him a warning, but you would let him know in some way, shape or form. But, I actually thought my opinion of it is that it was excellent, quick thinking from Alex Carey. This wasn't like it was the very first time that Bairstow had done it. And the footage showed, we only had to go back the last three balls. He did every ball. Why he was doing it, I'm not sure. You'll have to ask him, but I thought it was quick thinking from Alex Carey to react to something that he was seeing in real time, for 3 or 4 balls beforehand. And from Jonny Bairstow, I know there's been a bit of carry on from the Poms, but when he went to his hotel room after that night and put his head on the pillow, he would have known he made a massive error. He was leaving his crease way too early. And I played a lot against Johnny, and I think what he likes to do is, because Cameron Green was coming at him with a few bounces, he likes to try and insert himself on the game and get into the contest and pick a fight. And that's what he does. He sticks his chest out, and you can see him walk straight at Cam Green to try and get in the contest. Unfortunately, I think with his beans going a bit, he sort of lost his way a little bit. And left his crease way too early.
Former Australian captain Mark Taylor, who's in the middle of this firestorm over there. Mark, the reaction has been unbelievable from that side of the world over this Bairstow stumping.
Oh, absolutely. Paddy and Heels, there's been obviously plenty of chat, plenty written in the newspapers here about what transpired yesterday here at Lord's. Look, to me, it's not a storm and a teacup. It's a bit more than that. But a lot's been made of a stumping, as far as I'm concerned. Really, Jonny Bairstow had a bit of a brain fade, to be absolutely honest, to be walking out of his crease like that. People are sort of trying to invoke the spirit of cricket and all sorts of stuff. But Heels probably knows better than me. I think keepers have been doing this sort of stuff for years, and so they should. The job of the batsman is to stay in his crease. Stumping is one of the 10 ways to get out. So if you wander out of your crease when the ball's still alive, you're a chance to be stumped, as Jonny Bairstow found out yesterday.
And as you know, Tubbs, I've always wanted a lot more made of a lot of stumpings. So finally we get the attention we deserve as wicketkeepers. I have not heard one cricketer say anything different to you, that it wasn't out.
No, exactly right. As I said, it's an unusual way to get out, because generally people think batsmen get stumped off slow bowls. But I've been reading the laws. To me, it doesn't have to be a slow bowler to get a stumping, and we found that out yesterday. As I said, batsmen these days are trying various methods to throw bowlers off their length. They bat out of their crease. They bat deep in their crease. They wander around a lot more than they used to, which is fine, which is your choice as a batsman. But one choice you've got to make sure is that you stay in your crease when the ball is alive. And that was certainly the case yesterday. There was no thought when I was on commentary at the time. There was never any thought when I was calling the game live that ball was ever dead. Alex Carey saw the opportunity to throw at the stumps. Jonny Bairstow was actually in his crease at the time when he let the ball go, and then just wandered out. And the timing was perfect for Australia. a legitimate dismissal was the result of the actions.
Would have read the morning newspapers, one on the back page, just not cricket. The other one says disgrace in bold letters. Honestly, you're a proud Englishman. What are your thoughts about the way a lot of people are viewing Australia at the moment, particularly regarding that Jonny Bairstow dismissal?
I think it's ridiculous. I think Jonny Bairstow was, we have a phrase for it in England, he was a dozy pillock. He walked out of his crease and he deserved everything that he got. Do you know, Jared Kimber, the eminent Australian writer, he timed the amount of time it took for the ball to go into Carey's hand and then the release point. And it was 21 frames, which actually amounts to 0.875 of a second. Now, the law, it gets very boring here, but the law talks about the ball being dead when the ball is resting in the bowler or the keeper's hands. And you cannot say that the ball was resting in Carey's hands if it was only in there for less than a second. So, you know, Bairstow decided, for whatever reason, that he was going to go for a walkabout. I thought Carey showed great quick-wittedness. I thought if England had taken a wicket like that, Lords would have erupted with glee. If they got Steve Smith out like that, whoever did it would probably get a knighthood or even put in the House of Lords. I thought it was an absolutely fantastic piece of cricket from Australia.
A very good morning. I see you and Piers Morgan have been exchanging barbs on social media.
Hello, Pat. Hello, Phil. How are you?
G'day, Murray. Good day.
Yeah, life's pretty good over here. When you jump on social media and see some moron like Piers Morgan having a crack at you, like I said, asked and answered privately. So a producer of his show asked if I wanted to go on. I declined respectfully and said, no, I don't want it. And he puts it to social media. So like I said, hashtag attention seeker, hashtag flog. I stand by that.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Like this stumping, mate, it happened. Have you had it happen in teams you were in or teams against in the past?
I don't think so, because teams I've been in, we've got probably more intelligent, less arrogant players that respect the game and wouldn't leave the crease. Now, Heels, in a situation like that, you're standing behind the stumps. You see a batsman leave the crease 3 times before the final ball's bowled, ball's bounced to you, what do? Do you just let it go or do you make a statement? And probably 9 times out of 10, the ball misses the stumps. With Alex Carey, he's a genius, he hit the stumps. To me, it's black and white, there's no grey area.
No.
Everyone says it's against the rules of the game, but to be honest, if you're a batsman, if you don't want to get stumped or run out, stay in your crease. As easy as that.
Is there such a thing, or do you believe in such a thing as the spirit of cricket?
Yep. Shots fired, Smithy.
Yes, a very learned gentleman there, and I guess that was the last thing Pat Cummins was worried about, having to face the music in terms of the press corps. But yeah, the spirit of cricket at the home of cricket. He was on the field of play, Ben Stokes. He was in a position. He said, as if I was the fielding captain, well, he was the non-strikers end as the batting captain. He did have an opportunity to put pressure on to really review the situation, and quite clearly, Chris Gaffney, who was part of the umpiring on the field side of things, a Kiwi, of course, standing in his 50th Test match, will be part of that think tank. They'll look at that with the match referee. It won't change the course of events now, because if they had not called over, then the ball is still alive. And you really, when you leave your crease, particularly if you're in a situation like that and you're a bit worried about it, and if you're a keeper yourself and you know what's going on in terms of the thinking side of things, you just look at it and you think, look, here we are. I'll just make sure that the umpire is called over, or I've got permission from the wicketkeeper to walk. Sometimes you'll look around and you'll see. I don't think he looked, Jonny Bairstow. I don't think he looked at Carey at any stage, Alex Carey at any stage there. He didn't turn around to see if he gloved it cleanly. It was just a weird course of events, and Australia took advantage of it. Now, whether it's in the spirit of cricket, perhaps not. But then again, what is the spirit of cricket? What is the spirit of cricket? I mean, that the game should be played in a gentlemanly way the whole time. I think that if that's the case, that went out the window a long time ago.
So the crowd chanting that the Aussies were cheats, and then there was confrontation as the Aussies went to the break as they were walking through the long room. The members in there basically abusing the Aussies as they went to their dressing rooms. And Khawaja stopped and confronted one of the members. They had to be separated by security. It's ugly, ugly scenes, but we've got Bharat on the line live from Lords now. Bharat, this has been an amazing it's been an amazing series.
It totally has, but I'm going to put my hand up, stick my neck out and say, I think we should stop calling Lords the home of cricket. After the way the MCC members behaved and just the crowd went after the Australians for, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Heels. I mean, it was a non-event. As a batter, if you're just going to flirt around outside your crease, when the ball's just been collected by the wicketkeeper, what does any wicketkeeper in the world do at whatever level of cricket you play? You just roll it onto the stumps. That's all that Alex Carey did. And the carry on after that was obnoxious, and it was really uncalled for.
Yes, well, big statements, Bharat, and plenty of people will agree with you. I just did not like the members' statement of apology to the Australians too. It seemed wrong to me that there was no need for ejecting of any members. But I've seen some vision that I could eject too immediately. So they've got CCTV that could get them out of there. So certainly there's a lack of cricket knowledge going on in those MCC members, which was always there once upon a time anyway.
I just cannot fathom the Prime Minister getting involved in this, let alone everything else that's going on. We will get to that shortly. But the Prime Minister needing to step in, I mean, sort out the problems that are going on in the world, in your country, that need to be sorted. Don't get involved in this, and particularly in the highest office in the country, calling out a cheating scandal, even by terminology. It's just so unnecessary. Get out of it. Look, I almost want to, let's collectivise everything here. I mean, we've got Brendan McCullum, we've got Stuart Broad, we've got not just people external to the situation, but these, even Ben Stokes in the press conference, every player that was shaking hands after the fixture, the long room at Lords that is the home of cricket. All